So at STEM Metaverse, one of our basic and the most important uh, premises here is to make learning an experience. That's our vision here, and that's what we're trying to do with the summer camp. And the most exciting part is this camp has we've tried to curate along with your school teachers a very 360-degree program wherein they can actually, so from robotics to science to a whole lot more, there is so much happening in this camp that it would I think you'll be spoiled for choice. That's one of the things that we've tried to do. So I think I'll just proceed. The first thing I think, I'm sorry, Shalini ma'am, when you were talking, I had to address a call as well because I think Leena ma'am was trying to reach out to me for something. Uh,
No
but
problem,
uh,
ma'am.
but I'll just sort of just give me 1 second and I'll take you forward from all parents towards what we have in store for all of you. So we have some very unique courses. The first one being stand-up comedy by Zeta Education. Zeta Education also looks at Trinity certifications, and so you have two kinds of courses here. One is going to be a non-certificate course, and then there is going to be another one for that is going to be the expert program. That's going to be a certificate course. So we've divided the camp into two parts. There is an explorer program and an expert program. The explorer program is primarily for children to explore something new. So there are two courses being offered as part of the, you can choose from a series of two courses out of the series of courses, any two new things that you want your child to be exposed to, and those two will come under a cost of 5,000. Then there is an expert camp. This is for children who have actually who want to pursue an advanced level of something, some hobby or some course that they actually
Sorry, ma'am,
love.
I disturbed you. Ma'am, I'm from a 4B, so can I am also want to do.
So this is for grade 4 and 5.
Okay.
So now we're talking about grade 4 and 5. So so you have stand-up comedy, that's part of the Explorer camp. And then there is speech and drama that's certified by Trinity. So this is part of the expert camp. So as part, I'll share what we have as part of the Explorer program, and then in fact, each partner is going to come and talk about what they have in store for their Explorer program and their expert program. So I'll just quickly run through the variety of courses we have. So one is stand-up comedy and speech and drama. The second one is storytelling and gamification using Scratch. So anybody who's not been introduced to Scratch-based programming, this is the course for them. Then there is the Young Scientist program. There's one program, this is by Wonderlab, and there's one program that's with a kit, and then one without a kit. You'll get to see both of these. Then there is augmented reality and virtual reality by the digital teacher. So Rao sir is here, and he'll take you through what he would be doing with grade 4 and 5. Then there is a space camp. Um, and it's one of the most fabulous space camps ever. So you will want to watch that. Then there is charcoal art for all those artists out here. And and then there is this opportunity of becoming a published author. So some very, very specific, very 360-degree fabulous, from art to creative writing to robotics to programming. It covers almost all of it, and at both levels, at an explorer level as well as at an expert level. So now it's over to Chanda ma'am for uh, to take you through the Zeta program as well as the Trinity program. Ma'am, are you there?
Hi,
Hello.
Ritika. This is Ritika Ratna from Zeta, actually. Chanda did the first session. I will be
Okay, ma'am.
moving on to the next session.
Great. So, ma'am, I'll just replace the spotlight on you.
Sure. The spotlight actually should be on the parents, not on us. We are used to the spotlight on us.
Yes, but ma'am, it's also getting recorded, and they would
Yeah,
want to
sure.
see what you have to say. So I'm just going to add
Definitely.
you in. Thank you, ma'am. It's over to you now.
Sure. Thank you so much. And Ritika, do I have screen share rights? Can I share my screen as well?
Yes, you can, ma'am.
Okay, you have to enable it. It says the host is disabled.
You try it now, ma'am?
Yes, this is good. Thank you. And please let me know if you can see my screen. Is that good?
Yes, we can.
Excellent. So what's life without a little bit of drama, be it screen share, be it logging in? I think it's a bit of all. So good morning, everybody. I am Ritika Ratna on behalf of Metaverse and EduZeta or Zeta Education. So like Chanda, some of you perhaps were there at the earlier session. And Ritika, this is for you as well. And Shalini ma'am, I'm sure she's a part of the session. So I too have been working with Zeta for a number of years. And all of us, like Chanda, we've all been practicing drama, communication, spoken English, public speaking for over 2 decades now. And we have been collaborating with Trinity College London in the past, and we hope to do that in the future, right? So a little bit about Zeta. Zeta believes in, as the slide over here says, it believes, and our motto is the excellence in education through the performing arts. And why we use the word excellence and not just any other simple word? Because we prefer to raise the bar for the students and for the children and give them the opportunity to be a cut above the rest, which is why we use a strong word such as excellence. Our mission, of course, is to drama, create awareness to the performing, and we also hope and we always aim to inspire children we have every school, every parent we interact with, and also help them understand the importance of speech and drama, the importance of humor in their life. So the first project I'd like to speak about is speech and drama. So in the Indian context, the minute we talk about speech, they say something going to be public speech, or they're going to start standing and giving a lecture, which is something different. Speech here in our program, it helps the children, we help the children got their.
Ma'am, your voice is breaking.
Yes, ma'am, your voice is breaking.
Yes,
Yes, ma'am, your voice is breaking.
Okay.
Ma'am,
Better?
you might want to try.
Yes, ma'am,
start
your
the
voice is
drama.
breaking. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, you
Yes.
might want to.
And now it's better.
Okay, participants, all participants, please keep yourselves on mute. We have got your message. We got your message. Please mute yourselves. Mute yourselves. Thank you.
Ma'am, am I audible?
Ma'am,
Yeah,
there is
ma'am,
a
you are audible now, but there's your voice is breaking in between. Can you say a sentence, please? I'll tell you whether it's okay now.
Morning, everybody. Good.
It's still breaking, ma'am.
Ma'am, you might want to try and turn your video off and then speak. It'll be possibly clearer if it's an internet issue.
Is this
And now
better?
Yes, ma'am, certainly better.
Oh, how unfortunate. You cannot see me.
Yes.
Oh
this is
dear.
unfortunate.
Oh dear, oh dear. And there I was, I practiced all my funny face. Chalo, never mind. We were talking about speech, so I'll use my voice. Okay, so is this good? May I continue?
Yes, ma'am. It's perfect.
Okay, perfect. So as I was talking about speech, so speech in this case over here is not about standing and talking to an audience but speech over here is to message across. Speech is about dialogues and using our voice to incorporate various drama tools such as intonation, expression, projection of voice, and so on. And why do we actually talk about speech and drama over here? Here, I'm sure that a lot of parents would tend to agree that in today's day and age, communication skill sits on the top.
And my voice is
of
still breaking.
Oh,
Yes, ma'am, your voice is breaking. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
okay.
Hey, all the participants, I think the message is being taken, driven home.
Yes, ma'am, your voice is breaking.
How can I help? I'm sitting next.
The internet, ma'am, actually, there was a major outage that Airtel had yesterday. I don't know if it's, they're still trying to possibly solve for it.
Okay.
But let's try and do this. So how do we go about it, ma'am? Can you just try maybe speaking slowly? It'll be better.
Is this any better?
It is. It definitely is.
Ritika ma'am,
Ritika ma'am, if it is okay, till the time she is taking care of the voice thing, what do you think? You can ask some other panelists to go, let them take the
Yes, ma'am. I think should we do
to
that?
another program. Yeah, you can. I think you should.
We'll do that then.
sorry, would you like to do?
Ma'am, can we? I think till the time the audio problem is solved, I think can we take another panelist in the meantime?
Okay. So you cannot hear me at all?
Ma'am, sometimes it's absolutely perfect, like right now it is. But then when you start speaking in a flow, it sort of goes. So it
Should I
seems to
try
be an
talk
internet issue. Maybe you can
slowly?
connect from another device. In the meantime, I can maybe have somebody else pitch in.
Should I try talking a little slower? Is that better?
Sure, ma'am. But what about the screen share and all?
I can share. Is this?
Ma'am, ma'am, let's you know, ma'am, I think let's try and solve this problem offline, and let's try and take somebody else on board in the meantime, so that we can test it again and see what's happening. If that's okay with you.
Ma'am, you unmute me?
Yeah, beta, what did you say? Ma'am, I think we'll move on to the next person. So we have, so the next one is storytelling using Scratch and gaming from Give Me 5.
Ma'am, can I leave? You're saying you're leaving.
No, I'm not talking about leaving. Please stay on. Who said anything about leaving? I was talking about the facilitator who was talking right now from Zeta Education. Ritika, ma'am, I was asking her if she can speak a little later because okay. So can you all hear me now?
Ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, we can hear you.
Okay, so what I was asking her to do was that maybe she can continue with her presentation later since there were audio problems, right? So
Ma'am, I want to say, there is doing A, can you do a B?
can you?
Can you do a B?
Elena Kocher,
P section.
Elena Kocher, please mute yourself. Please mute yourself and listen to the entire program first. Yes.
Am I audible now, Ritika ma'am? Is this any better?
Yes, ma'am, you are.
So am I carrying on? Is there somebody else stepping in?
Ma'am, if this works, if this audio works, you can carry on.
Perfect.
Okay, so we still have ma'am from Zeta Education explain what the course is going to be about.
Okay, so this is where we left off. And yes, so we were talking about why speech and drama. So the reason why we believe very strongly in the subject of speech and drama, because as I was mentioning, people are more aware of communication skills that sits on top of the 21st century list, followed by confidence and imagination and empathy and teamwork. But what we at Zeta Education do is we use drama as a tool to harness all these skills. Not only all of this, there are many more. There's a huge list of verbal and non-verbal skills, which we can discuss at a later stage. And how do we do this? That's a question that parents will want to know. How do we take the program forward? So we use drama techniques, processes, scripts, and we also encourage the students to respond to stimuli. Now, the kind of stimuli that we use is to enhance memorization, characterization, develop expressions using various elements of voice. Also understanding what is the context of the author, the poet, or the playwright, and what are they trying to convey through the pieces. And last but not the least, what we call breaking the fourth invisible wall between the performer and the audience. That is what we teach our students to do at Zeta. Let me tell you a little bit about our program, which is stand-up comedy. Now, humor, as we know, has been there as part of our lives for a long time, especially during the lockdown. All your stand-up comedians have certainly come of age. But for one of the batches here, we have designed a module where the minute we hear actually the word comedy, we imagine a comedian doing scripted jokes. You know, they all have a script and they're rolling out whatever comes to their mind regarding topics. And then you have the entire audience rolling in laughter. But we are of the opinion at Zeta that humor is far more important than comedy. Humor is something which is not only inbuilt, but can be honed in. So which is what we help our candidates and our students do. We also encourage them to understand humor, and that humor does not require only the support of stage to perform. So they don't only have to be on stage to be able to hone on their humor. So let me share a fact. We as Indians have the impression, or people have the impression about Indians, that we are rather serious as a race, right? Or we have little or very little sense of humor. But that is because we have been taught to look at every situation in a very grim manner, right? And we face many situations on a day-to-day basis. Humor has been evidence to make life much happier, much easier to deal with, and bring out the color in our, so to say, mundane lives. Now, over and above, what does our program, what are the learning outcomes, what are the kind of tools that we give our students here? By the end of the program, which encourages our students to learn and talk and think critically, we also encourage them to think out of the box. Some of the tools that we use to encourage them to do the above are improvisation or improv, open mic, punchline delivery, and many other comedic devices. And through all our programs here at Zeta, we believe in curating every program and making it learner-centric. We would like our student to be at the center of the program. It's not about the content, it's about the understanding and what the student or the child actually understands and learns from our program. Which is why, once again, I say that our learners are at the center of our program. We also hone in on the 4 pillars of performance, which are, one is the first one being engagement, with the content, or we call ownership of material. The other one, we use the stage techniques like blocking, entry and exit, movement, and the use of space. Our programs also revolve around communication in a very large way, be it verbal or non-verbal, and physical communication as well. And nothing is complete without performance. So we actually train our students and make them learn and understand about simple nuances about lighting, costume, sound, and stage sets. What is the outcome of our program? So the simple outcome of our program is if I may say, what is our end game? Is the final performance, or the students can showcase. This could also lead up to an international certification. And as we've spoken before, the international certification over here, the one that we're talking about, is the Speech and Drama program by Trinity College London. Trinity College London has been around for over almost a little under 130 years in qualifications. And in about 12 to 15 sessions at the most, we can have the students exam ready if they choose to do an exam. So we have two programs that we're offering currently, which is the Young Explorer program, where the students are purely taking the program and not enrolling for an exam. We also have the second one, which is the Young Experts program, where the students are preparing for a Trinity College London exam in speech and drama. So that is what I have to offer. And as some parents here and teachers would know, that my esteemed colleague and drama enthusiast Chanda and myself, Ritika Ratna, we will be the facilitators, and we really hope to begin.
Can you unmute me?
I have not muted anybody, Bachit.
No, ma'am, you unmute me.
I think there is a lot of drama happening today, believe me. And if I may switch on my video for a minute, just a minute without speaking, you can see that this is like hands-free. I'm not even touching. So I'm telling you, God is on our side. God is doing something. There is a bit of drama happening here. So, well, here I would like to end this drama session. And I look forward, Chanda and I, we both look forward to taking all the students on this wonderful journey of speech and drama, which includes comedy, humor, and a lot of laughter. Thank you so much for being such a patient audience. And over to Ritika and over to Shalini ma'am. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Before you take the program forward, I would request all the participants, all the children, to keep themselves on mute, listen to the entire, go through the entire program, then we can take up your questions. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am. So this was, thank you, Ritika ma'am. I'm so happy to share my name with you. So it's really nice to meet another Ritika, but having said that, thank you for that. Despite all the audio and communication problems, I hope we were able to convey what would happen during this program. So there are two programs here. There is one program that's being conducted without the Trinity certification. That's the comedy, stand-up comedy program. And that's part of your Explorer camp. And then there is an expert camp, which has the Trinity speech and drama certification. So what happens here is with the Explorer camp, I'm going to repeat, it's for children who are looking at exploring something new or getting into a new space. And for the expert program, the expert camp is for children who've already tried some of these things that they would want to excel at or explore further. Right now, this camp is going to happen online, but there will definitely be, the school is planning a gala day or a gala performance day, which will be at the end of the summer vacation, where children will get to perform and on a physical stage, hopefully, unless things go awry, because anything can happen in today's times. But that's the plan, where this 2-week program happens online. But towards the end, there will be, there's likely going to be a gala day where there will be a performance. And everything else, if you're part of any other camp, any project or any deliverable that you've made can also be showcased there. So there will be a bit of an exhibition and a plan performance there. So you will get to experience a little bit of that physical aspect of life that we are missing these days. So with this thought, I'll move on to the next presenter, and that is a wonderful program by Give Me Five. So friends from Give Me Five, are you there?
Hello. Hi, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
So first of all, thank you for giving me an opportunity to be the panelist today. So my name is Rashmi. I'm representing Give Me Five today. So in this session, I'll be explaining you about the Scratch programming, which we offer to the kids.
This is part of the Explorer camp, everybody.
Yes, so we have two sessions over here. One is Explorer. So where kids can explore in 5 classes, they can explore what and all the courses we offer. And there is another session called Expert, which will be of 10 classes. Then they'll be learning more about the course in the Expert camp. So to start with, Scratch is a very popular platform for all the young generation kids to explore themselves in the coding field. If they want to learn Python or Java or any other coding in future, Scratch is the first basic platform that they will have to learn about. So here we are going to offer Scratch programming to kids between 4th to 5th grade. So I'll just briefly explain what and all kids get to learn over here. So in this session of 5 classes in Explorer, so they will be learning about how to build the games, how to build creative games through storytelling. So they will be building the games based on their own concepts, based on their own ideas. And basically here in 5 classes course, they will be able to build a game called Space Chase, where there will be an asteroid falling from the sky, and they will be having a rocket or a rover to shoot it, and thereby they are saving our Mother Earth from the asteroid attack. So this is inspired by a project which is done by NASA, and here they'll be learning about more of programming concepts. So having fun, creating games at one side. And apart from that, they will be learning a lot of programming concepts over here, like variables. So variables is one of the very important concepts in programming. They'll be learning how to name a variable, how to take a variable, what exactly is a variable, and events. How to use events, in what scenario we have to use events, and what is something called if and else condition. Again, conditions play a very important role in programming when we do certain game or certain project. And they'll be learning about loops, how to apply loops and what cases you have to apply loops, and many more examples and exercises. So this session will be completely interactive session where kids will be building the hands-on coding. So teacher will be sharing the screen and explaining the kids how to do the coding and also the reason why we have to choose this code. And then kids will be doing in their own Scratch platform. So this is what happens in the first 5 classes of the Explorer. Then we'll have something called Expert classes, which is of 10 classes. Again, this is targeted for kids between 4th to 5th grade. So here they'll be learning about, again, the game building, and they'll be learning about building 5 different games in the 10 sessions. So here are some games which they can build over here in these 10 sessions. So the first game that they are going to build about is a scary shark game. So this is a game where they will be able to choose a certain fishes in the Scratch, and they will be able to select a shark from the components that are available in the Scratch. And they will have to design this game in such a way that they'll have to save the fishes from the shark attack. And of course, they will get a lot of points. Each time they save the shark fishes from the shark, they will get a lot of points, which keeps them going. And another game that they are going to build is Flappy Bird game. So I'm sure all the kids over here are, very fascinated about Flappy Bird game. So most of our students, they like this game very much because so they'll be able to learn how to flap the bird, how to create their own sprites. So all this while basically kids use to...
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah.
We have to make it at Scratch Junior.
Sorry, what was the question?
Ma'am,
Scratch Junior.
ma'am, in which Scratch? The BAM there's Scratch 2010. I don't.
Yes, so there is a platform called Scratch, right? So you'll have to log into the Scratch and you will have to do it. But don't worry.
Scratch Junior. To answer your question, there's another Scratch for little older children, and now that you're in grade 4 and 5, I think you can try that out as well. Yeah, so you'll learn something new.
Yeah, this is something called Scratch. Okay. Yes. So I was telling about Flappy Bird game. So all these while students would have played the games which somebody else has created. So now it's time for the students to create their own games and play it and show to the entire world that this is what I have built. So in the Flappy Bird game, they will be able to create their own sprites. They will be able to create their own characters. They will be able to design the end-to-end game. And again, they'll be getting to learn more about the space chase game as the third game over here. Again, they will be choosing the characters which they want. They will design the characters in such a way that they want in their games. They can completely customize it and they will be able to apply codes and then they will be able to get the output. And another important thing here is the kids don't have to type anything because kids between grade 4 to 5, they don't have this tendency to type very much, right? So this is like completely drag and drop. So it's all self-explanatory. They will have to just look at the code, select the code which they want to use in this particular game, and then choose accordingly, arrange accordingly in a step-by-step manner. So here also, unknowingly, they'll be learning a lot of programming concepts in a fun manner. They'll be learning what is a variable, again, how to take an event, how to apply an if-else condition, what are functions, how does function work in a real programming world, and how do they customize their own functions, and what is X and Y axis. So here a little bit we will touch upon the mathematics part also, where we will teach about how to understand if you want to take the vertically aligned sprite or horizontally aligned, how to understand what is an X and Y axis, how to coordinate between X and Y axis. All these things will be taught here along with the fun game. So the output here, the outcome over here is at the end of the session, they will be having a beautiful game in their own name, which they can share in Scratch. They can show it to the fellow Scratchers or their friends. They can show it to their community, and then the whole world can see what is the thing that they have done. So this is what is the outcome of the 10 classes and the 5 classes, Explorer and the Expert. So now I'd like to hand it over to Ritika. So if you want to add any, anything over here. I think you're on mute.
Ritika ma'am, you're on mute.
Sorry, I didn't realize. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for this very insightful and deep discussion into what will happen in this course. But we're falling a little short of time. So I think I'll take the Q&As a little later, ma'am, if you can just stay in the webinar till then. I'll move on to Wonder Lab now. So
yeah, thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So Nitika, I'm just going to add you into the spotlight.
Ritika ma'am, just before you proceed, just let me tell them one thing, because this is a very common question coming from everyone. It's an online program. It's a virtual online program. Children, please listen carefully. It's a virtual online program. You don't have to go anywhere. Okay? Thank you, ma'am. You can continue.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for answering it for us. Ma'am, I'll just now, so Nitika is already sharing her screen. So great. Nitika, over to you now.
Hi everyone, I'm Nitika and I run a small organization called Wonder Lab, and our objective is to make science really exciting for all of you. So we have 2 programs. We have they're both called Young Scientists. One is Young Scientists, which is a non-kit program. Basically what happens in this program is you have to arrange very simple materials at home, and we will conduct 5 days of experimental fun for you. Okay, so I'll quickly dive into the program itself, and if you have any questions you can ping and I'll answer. I think if everyone can type their questions on the side, Ritika, I'll answer them together. They can simultaneously type it if that's possible. Okay, so this program is for grades 4 and grades 5, and we have 5 themes. Our first theme is called Ghost in My Kitchen. So one second, is my screen clearly visible to everyone? Yes, now. Okay, so it's actually a very exciting day where we basically say there are some very interesting, eerie experiments that are happening in your kitchen. And that's why we call it Ghost in My Kitchen. And we then conduct these experiments and teach you the science behind it. So we basically use haldi to turn it red, and we can make a bloody handprint with it, and we make a lava lamp, and we even blow a balloon without, blowing into it. So that's Ghost in My Kitchen. The next day we'll be covering the laws of motion by Newton. Okay, so we will cover all 3 laws, and we'll cover them through 3 experiments. The final experiment being making a catapult, which you can easily make with ice cream sticks or even pencils at home. Okay, where you learn about the Newton's 3rd law of motion, which is every action has an equal and opposite reaction. Okay. Our day 3 is Artsy science, which is really interesting. We use different concepts to teach you marbling. Okay, so we do oil and water marbling. We do marbling using shaving foam. We even make sun catchers. Okay, and we will teach you how scientific properties, things like oil and water don't mix, or the property of soap in shaving foam can actually be used to create beautiful art. As you can see, most of the materials available are mentioned here only, and they're very easy to procure. So it's not a very difficult task to procure these. It's basically oil, water, colors, which you all have at home. Okay. The next say is very interesting. It's called Science or Magic. And in Science or Magic, we do magic tricks. So we'll do like 4 magic tricks. One from a flying tea bag. We'll extinguish a candle without actually blowing on it. We'll, count. So I'll give you a question actually, if you can answer on the side. How many drops of water do you think a coin can hold? If the children in the webinar could actually type on the side. So we'll actually, explore all of that, and then we'll again explain the science behind those magic tricks to you. Okay. And the last day is going to be called Blossoming Greens, where we'll learn how to make a slurry using old paper. We'll recycle old paper to make seed paper. You'll learn how to make seed paper greeting cards. You'll learn how to grow microgreens, and you'll also learn how to make a self-watering plant. So this is the program, which is a non-kit program, which I'm going to close now, for young scientists, grades 4 and 5. We also have an experts program for them, where we provide a kit, and I will show you the kit on the side. Is my screen visible, Ritika? So we will be sending a kit full of all the supplies.
Yes, it's visible.
And on each day, we will be conducting at least 3 experiments. Again, there will be 5 themes for this. However, all the materials will be supplied. So I'll give you an example. You get a kit with supplies such as this. And, in this, what will happen is you will get everything that you need at home from us. All you need to do is get a tray and get some water, and everything else will be provided mostly by us, except for maybe some simple things in your kitchen like salt, sugar, and oil. Okay, so the first day is all about messy chemistry. It's an introduction to the world of chemistry, how chemical reactions happen, what is a reaction, when 2 things meet, what happens. We'll make an exploding bag, we'll make a bath bomb, and we'll also make a lava lamp in a test tube. The next day is all about electric circuits. So we'll basically learn what is a circuit, what is a switch, how can you, what material conducts electricity? Do our fingers conduct electricity? Does water conduct electricity? What about plastic? What about metal? We'll try all materials using these things that we will provide. We will make a circuit, we'll make a switch, and we'll test the conductivity of different materials. All right. And those who are interested, we'll also experiment with different types of circuit after that. Colorful chemistry is one of my favorite topics. We'll learn a little bit about, what is pH, what are acids, what are bases. We'll explore these things using indicators. So we provide natural indicators. We also provide chemical-based indicators. And we'll basically learn all about pH. And we'll do one more exciting experiment called a pop rocket, where we actually, Using two simple chemicals, we fly a pop rocket into space. It's something that children really enjoy doing. Once we've learned about electricity, we will also learn about the effects of electricity on chemical effects and magnetic effects. So we'll make an electromagnet, and we'll also conduct electrolysis along with a pH indicator, as you can see. And the last topic, which is one of our favorites, which is science or magic. Here again, we will be doing similar experiments. We'll do something called, which I say, talk to my hand, or we'll turn water into gel, and we'll do lots of pranks. So that's broadly it. These are the two programs that we have for this age group, and there will be one without kit and the one with experts is with kit. If anyone has any questions, I'm open to those now. Should I stop?
The name of the kit, somebody's asking.
It's called Young Explore. The program is called Young Scientist. So we make this kit specially for this program. It's a customized kit.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, I want to join the Young Scientist camp.
Yes,
Sure.
I've given you the process. You need to go to the STEM Metaverse website and you can register from there. I've shared the link on the chat. So yes, this is a specific specialized program created just for your school. So we're sure you're going to enjoy it completely.
Yes.
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, for the activities that we can do, are they available? Are they available for the same classes? Like they are same for like 6 or 7, or they are different?
They're different. They're older children, so there's something different. Nitika, you want to answer that?
Yeah. So this is for grades 4 and 5, right? So this is for these two grades only.
Great. So can you all put in your questions in the Q&A section? So Nitika ma'am is here. She'll take a look and she'll respond to them in a bit as we go. I think Nitika, can you see the Q&A?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so just take a
Yes,
look at that and respond to any questions that come up there.
Yes. One is this is an online program. So someone's asking if this is online or offline.
It's online.
So we will send the kids to your home, and then we will be conducting this on Zoom on the Metaverse platform.
Yes.
And
So Nitika, we'll, if you can just type those answers, we'll take them in a consolidated way later because we are racing against time now.
okay, sure. No problem. So these are just, I think one last question I'll answer is that it's a 1-hour class daily for 5 days. Okay. For both the camps. All right. So I'll then sign out right now, Ritika.
You can stay on, Nitika, just in case
Sure.
you have more questions and they ask us those in the towards the end, just if you can.
Okay, no problem. I'm around. Yeah. Thank you.
So the next one is the robotics camp. So I'll be taking you through that because that is one class that I really love to conduct, and this is what we're going to be building. So there are two camps here. One is this car is for the expert camp. You'll be building a car like this. What you'll be learning over here is, if you can all see here, so you'll be learning the basics of how a motor works. You can see, so we'll open that motor, we'll show how it works, the concept of electromagnetism. So we'll start with something as low as that. And during a course of 10 sessions, you'll know exactly how a car engine works. Then you'll be putting together this car. And after that, you will learn the basics of how a car motor controller works. And then basics of programming using an Arduino. So you'll be introduced to C and C++. And you will learn how to control this car through an app, through a mobile app, and you'll be building that app as well. So it's a combination of MIT App Inventor, physics, then your Arduino programming. So it's all three together. So we will begin with the physics of how a car works, how a motor works. You'll be doing those wheel alignments. You'll be putting together this chassis. There'll be a small kit that will be given to you. So this is part of the expert program. And you'll get an Arduino as well in that kit. With every other part, these jumper wires and all of that will be part of the kit. And you'll be building a car that will work using an app. So you'll learn how Bluetooth also works. There'll be a small Bluetooth chip given to you. You'll learn how the Bluetooth communicates from your phone to that chip that will be placed in the car. So that's how this camp works. And then there is something that we have, which is very interesting. This is for the Explorer Camp. For all of you who haven't ever been exposed to robotics, this Explorer Camp is also good. So there'll be a very small kit you will get in that. I'll introduce you to the basics of electricity and the basics of robotics. Yeah, sorry, somebody said something in between.
Excuse me, ma'am, from where we will get that
So
science?
it'll be, that science kit will also be shipped to you. Likewise, this kit will also be shipped to you. Or you'll get it in school. So don't worry about that. You still have some days before the summer camp works. And yeah, so that's one. So in this basics of
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, which camp is this in the robotics one? Which one is this?
This is the basics of robotics, and there is a car building camp. That's
Yes.
it. Yeah. So can you see me now? So in the Explorer camp, you'll see something called basics of electricity and robotics. And in the expert camp for your class, you will also see building a remote controlled car or an app controlled car there. So just take a look at the brochure. If you have any questions, ask in the Q&A segment. Either Vasundhara or I will answer them. We'll also share the brochure again with all of you. You can, I think the school has already mailed it to you, so you would have it. So in the basics of electricity, what we do is for children who are not so used to, using a screwdriver, understanding what voltage is, we basically help you make simple circuits. So we start with paper circuits using a copper wire. You learn how to make LED cards. So greeting cards using LED lights and all of that. So you'll get LED light bulbs, you'll get these wires. So you'll get used to the idea of what a cathode and an anode is. You'll learn how to use resistors, what a resistor is. Very, very simply, you learn how to calculate voltage. We learn exactly what is voltage and what is current, what is an ampere. Very, very basics of things. You'll be building simple circuits using a breadboard. So you'll get a very small kit, which will have these 5-10 things, which will help you understand how electricity works. And simple things like battery holders, 9-volt battery maybe. So simple things with simple wires. There'll be no soldering, nothing involved here, so it's absolutely risk-free. These are the kind of wires that we use. So you learn how to make basic things and simple, like how do you work lights in a sequence. And in the end, we'll do a very small project wherein you'll create a circuit with a light and a fan and the basics of it. So that's how this basics of electricity camp works. You learn the entire mechanics of how in those 5 sessions. So this is a 5-session camp. You'll make a small home project with connecting a light and a fan and some simple things. You'll also learn how to use resistors, what is power, how do you distribute power, and all those things using simple breadboard and non-soldering methodology. So yeah, so that's what this camp is about. Now very quickly we'll move on to the next one. Any questions, please ask in the Q&A section. I'll look at that now and answer them as the next presenters speak. Yeah, go ahead.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Ma'am, can you please explain again the speech course of Trinity College?
I'll do that later. You'll also get a recording of this webinar, so you can take a look at it then.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. All right. Thank you. So now we'll move on to Give Me 5, and so they have another program right after. So Ashwini, over to you now. I think they'll be doing the space program, and I'm just giving Shravan panelist access as well.
Sure. No, now I'll be handling now, so that's fine. Thank you, Ritika. Thanks a lot. Thank you, Metaverse, for this time. And thank you, students, for joining. So hi, my name is Ashwini, and I'm an aerospace engineer. So I talk a lot about space, rockets, universe and flights. So here I am to talk to you about universe. Okay, so there are 2 levels, as you know, universe explorers, which is going to be 5 classes. What are we going to learn in that? Okay, so we'll start with learning about planets, solar system, and you were like, ma'am, I would have learned that already in the school. Why are you talking about the same thing? Yeah, but we are going to learn something more interesting in that. So we will learn like which are the two planets that are going in the opposite direction, or maybe what is there in the Jupiter. Does it rain diamonds anywhere? There are many other exciting things. We will also learn about sun. What is sun made up of? And very interesting thing that we are going to discuss here is about the asteroid belts, Kuiper belt. Why am I, focusing more on asteroid is because there will be an activity related to that. Okay, so, and we will also talk about galaxy. What are the different types of galaxies? What are the different shapes? What are the features of these galaxies? Okay, we will discuss about it in detail. We'll have a lot of fun there. And coming to the most exciting part of the camp will be, to discover asteroids. How do we track asteroids? This is going to be a powerful tool for all of you. You might have heard that, right? A student who is like, going to second grade or third grade, they were able to find asteroids, and they help the universe, help the earth. You can be the one, definitely, for sure. So when you learn this kind of tool, you will be helping the space agencies by tracking the asteroid and alert them that, hey, look, there might be an asteroid coming and hitting our planet. Okay, so definitely you can do that. I'm not just making fun of you guys. That's true. And moving further, coming towards the expert. So universe expert class, as you know, it's 10 classes. We will go in depth about universe. As you know, it's so mysterious, right? Everything is so beautiful and mysterious. So what do we learn here is about stellar evolution. Okay, stellar meaning stars, evolution meaning their life cycle. So here we will talk about, nebula. What are nebulas? What does it consist of? We will go towards protoplanetary, and then we'll go to learn about red giant phase. What is our sun right now in? What is going to happen to our sun? Will it ever turn to be a black hole? There are so many questions I'm sure you all have, isn't it? So we will discuss about that. What's going to happen? What is supernova? Is there something called failed star? So we'll talk about that. And what are the different types of black holes? Oh, black holes are so many. And what is so different about it? What is the black hole that is in the center? What type is it? Okay. And we'll talk about wormholes. That's very, very interesting topic. So we'll discuss a lot about the stars, and we'll go in depth about it, where you will be able to understand your science, relate your science to all these things. Okay. Then we will also do a very interesting activity during this. That is something. First, I'll explain you the activity, and then I'll tell you one more interesting thing about it. So usually you will get an access to a live telescope. I'm not just telling the telescope that you have at home. I'm talking about big observatories. Okay, so you'll get access to those pictures. You can ask for live images. They'll send you an image, and this is how it's going to look like. So boring. Look at that, black and white, nothing much interesting there, right? So then what are we going to do here is I will teach you a tool, which this exact image you see will be like this. Okay, so you will learn how to process the image and find that hidden object in there. I know you all play such games, right? You're going to help the space scientist to do something like that, to discover more things out there. So this is what we are going to do. And the most interesting thing about it is there is a competition by NASA. Okay, and this is a very limited period competition. It's going to end quite quickly. So therefore, if you join this course, I'll be teaching you how you can participate in the competition also. And the advantage of that is your processed image, if it gets selected, it will be displayed in NASA's website. Okay. And also the NASA scientist is going to give you their personal they will involve you in their personal discussion. So you will get a chance to talk to them or to get their advice. Okay, so don't miss this opportunity. This is all I have in the universe course right now. So yeah, any questions? I would be happy to take it. Okay. Everyone is laughing. That's nice.
Ashwini, I think there are some, there'll possibly be some in the Q&A section that you can address. And if there are any, we'll have a very short Q&A right at the end, so we can take that up as well then.
Sure. Thank you.
Because I think you have more things to present right after, so you'll definitely be there.
Yes, thank you. Thanks. It's nice meeting to all of you. Thank you, guys.
Thank
Over
you.
to Ritika.
Thank you, ma'am. So I'll in fact take it over to Gupteshwar sir for AR and VR straight on from here. So sir, if you're there, then please join in.
Yes, Ritika.
So made you added you on the spotlight. So.
Yeah. Let me quickly share my screen.
So we're actually racing against time because our time slots actually.
Yeah, I will be very fast. I'm not going to waste
Sorry, sir,
any
for
amount.
hastening you up.
See, AR and VR, and there is another one known as MR, augmented reality, virtual reality, and mixed reality. These are immersive technologies, using which you can bring the world to your feet or the lessons to your home. Everything is possible with AR, VR, and MR. I am an augmented reality specialist. My name is Gupteshwar Rao, and I authored 2 books. And I'm proud to mention that I introduced Zoom in India through my book in 2014. Okay. Now quickly, let us go to the Merge. I'm an ambassador to Merge Edu of USA. This Merge Edu is such a platform using which you can access, understand, explore, exploit the lessons, most of your lessons in science, arts, and sculpture are by bringing all those to your home, to your room itself. Now, augmented reality as such works with mobile, right? Only mobile. And virtual reality works with a Google Cardboard, where you can see the 3D images. For augmented reality, I want to show you some of the features of Merge Edu that are being offered to you in a particular lesson, the life history of a frog. That's interesting. And in the end, you will also have a show on dissecting the frog. Yes, and everything is possible on your mobile, and you can bring all that in your room. Okay, so quickly, without passing on through all these things, let me share the screen of my mobile. Okay, are you able to see my mobile screen? Okay, I'll share the new screen. Are you able to see my mobile screen?
Yes, sir.
That's good. I'm minimizing it. I'm taking you to, I have already opened one. Yeah, these are all the lessons which you can explore using Merge Edu. So let me take you to the particular lesson which I wanted to show you. It's known as the life history of a frog. Okay, you see my mobile on the mobile, an introduction of a frog's life. And this is a video one. This is, sorry, only an audio one. Okay, with an introduction. I'm stopping it and taking you quickly to the life cycle of a frog. And to see the life cycle of a frog, you can view it in 3 ways. One is using a merge cube. This is known as a merge cube. This is a merge cube which you can make at home. I will show you how good it will be. It will work. Okay. Now the second one is as a 3D, the 3D view on the mobile. And the third one is bringing the same item, the frog, onto your sofa set or in your class, in your room, just like that. So first, let me go through, download this. Now you see, this is the merge cube. With the merge cube, I am showing it. You see, when I scan it on the merge cube, you see the frog's eggs of frog. You see that? Right?
Yes, sir.
Next, if you go to, this is the embryo stage, the next stage. The next stage is a tadpole. Incidentally, you can also stamp a tagboard onto the desktop, on your desk. See? Right? You can delete it also. And then, like I said, this is using a cube. The next one, I will use it, the 3D. The 3D view. This is the 3D view. See, this is the 3D view direct on the mobile. I'm not using the merge cube. Okay. And next, this is also a 3D, a froglet. This is another stage of frog. Now, what I will do is, I will quickly, now you have seen it via merge cube and then as a 3D. Now I will bring it into my room, the world. Okay. Into the world. Next. Now there you see this here. Now you see I brought it onto the floor of my room, right? Did you see that? Floor of my room.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Then
Yes.
the next one is the frog, final one. Now I can also keep it tapped to the ground. See, it's on the floor, and I can create one more also. This is the stress. You can see everything here. And then the last one is, let me close it and take it to the dissection of frog. This is the dissection of frog. So I'm downloading and I will be scanning. I will be taking it on my sofa so that it will be comfortable. You have to have a little bit of patience, or I can change it also. Everything depends on the speed of the internet connectivity. Okay, let me change it. Let me change it to the cube so that it will be easier. And you see this. You see the cube frog is set on the table. I'm using the merge cube. I'm using the merge cube. See, I'm using the merge cube. Okay, now I will remove the pins. Okay, and then touch here. See, it is opening. It is opening and you can see all the things. Okay. This is one of the lessons which I wanted you people to see. And all are labeled. All are labeled also. All are labeled.
So it's like you are doing its surgery.
Okay, like this, you can bring every lesson to your home. And incidentally, you also have questions for 3rd to 5th grade. What are the relevant questions? And 6th to 8th grade, what are the relevant questions which you have to answer? Okay, like this, you can bring the Sphinx from Egypt, or any historical item also to your home and see it in 3D. Bring it to your home, bring the lessons to your home. So this is one of the interesting things, and those who will be participating in this will be given a 15-day free trial of all the lessons. That includes for the parents, teachers, students, and administrators also, for all. Now, if see like this, we have all the lessons, almost all the lessons here. Beyond the solar system, you can just bring them to your home, everything to your home, right? You can just bring everything to your home.
So sorry to interrupt.
Right,
but we'll have
that's
to be
okay.
a little faster.
No,
Because
I
these kids
think,
have something aligned, and
yeah,
after this.
right. Okay, so this is how all the lessons can be learned by you, practiced, and have explore at home. I end with this, and over to Ritika.
So,
I think
just to add to it, I think there will be a VR kit also that will be given
okay,
to them.
yeah, they will be provided with a VR kit to prepare a headset like this on their own. Yeah, headset like that, and then a merge cube also they will be preparing. They will be preparing their own merge cube, right?
Wow.
Yes.
So it's an excellent course.
And for 15 days, they can just use all the apps given by the Merge platform. Yes.
So somebody's saying it's like magic. Well, it's science,
Yeah,
and science is magic.
It is like that. See, augmented reality is wondrous, wonderful, you know. So
thank you, sir. I'm sorry to rush you.
That doesn't matter. It's okay. We are running short of time. I understand that. So I'm stopping share of my screen.
Yes.
And what to you, Ritika? You can change it to the next panelist.
So actually, the next panelist is actually a video. So I'll share that in a bit.
And if the students have any questions, you can answer later.
Yeah, so that's in the Q&A, sir. You have access to the Q&A as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that can be done. So okay, friends. So we come to what is called the Become a Published Author program. So there are two such programs here. There is Become a Published Author as well as Become a Journalist. So Become a Journalist is part of the Young Explorer program, and Becoming a Published Author is part of the expert program. So I'll just quickly take you through this. Just give me a second. So we'll start with so we'll start with the Young Journalist program. So it's so I don't know if you've seen, but we run a newspaper called the Young Chronicle, and your stories will be published. It's a very colorful and interesting newspaper. It comes for different age groups. So you will get to create stories that will get published week on week for at least like 2 to 3 weeks. The duration of this course is 2 weeks. And in this course, what we learn is we learn how to sift through facts, and then put all those facts together in a very well-written, concise manner such that it makes an impact. You will learn how to make headlines and fit everything in smaller word limits. So this is a very essential skill, because this is something that you do all throughout your life, writing things and making them precise. Then of course comes the topic of ethics and objectivity, because journalism needs to be about reporting things and not about taking sides. So that's one part that we'll also cover. And of course the art and science of creative writing, as well as so the difference between writing facts, writing for fiction, and then writing for non-fiction. And with all these elements, you'll also get the advantage and you'll get published, your articles will get published, and all your school will get access to the free newspaper for a month. Please request you to please mute yourselves. So everybody will get access to this newspaper. Anybody who's joining this camp, the entire school will get access to it. So you will also get real-time feedback on what you've written, right? So, and the joy of getting published is something else. In the expert program, we have becoming a published author. And our last book of stories was, you know who this gentleman is? Anybody please, who knows, please raise your hands or put it up in the chat.
Skin bond.
Yeah, but you gave it away, so no fun, right?
Skin bond.
Yeah, so okay, great. So he is Ruskin Bond, and our last book was read and appreciated by him. And the best part about this course is that you don't write a single word during the class. So this is a series of 10 group classes, and there are unlimited one-on-one sessions, because you know when you create a story, you'll create your story during the group classes, but the editing, the refining, and all of that will happen on your one-on-one class. So the group classes don't involve any writing. We help you create and understand tools. We do a bit of robotics as well to understand sequential thinking. Then there is mind mapping. When you sequence your plots together, there are various writing tools that you use to catapult your thought process and your imagination onto another level, and then bring it back and add structure to it. So what happens is, in your age group, all of us have these crazy weird ideas, right? But how do you bring them on paper, right? How do you translate them into a written published book? And then your book gets published. And the good thing is, I think towards the end of the summer break, there will be some sort of gala event which the school is going to organize. And we're trying our level best to do this offline. So when this happens, you will also get to talk about your book, and there'll be a small book launch kind of a thing. So that's the exciting part, where you learn how to also present your work. So it's a very 360-degree course. You learn the art of sequential thinking, writing, building fantasies, then putting them down on paper. You learn how to edit your work, then it gets published, and you get to present your work to the entire world. So that's what this course is all about. And you also get ample recognition, like the last book was recognized by Ruskin Bond. So you don't know where this can take you. I think some of you also attended the webinar that we had a couple of months back. So I wouldn't really delve too much into this course, but you can ask me any questions here. So after this, I'm moving on to the next course. Although the presenter is not here, she sent a wonderful video, and I'll quickly take that and then wrap up. Just give me a second, because that's a short video that I'll have to play. So share my screen, my entire screen. Just give me a second. Wait. So you learn how to, can you guess who this person is? Who is this person? He is a person. I think the parents would know. So this is actually Sadhguru. And this artist, Manisha Bhardwaj, would be conducting this workshop. I'll share a small video that she's shared with you, and then we'll talk a little about her and what she's going to do in this class as well. So just give me a second more. I'll stop my screen share and begin again. Share sound, optimize for video. Yeah, can you see my screen?
Hi, I'm Manisha Bhardwaj. I'm nationally and internationally awarded for charcoal techniques, and I'm also a world record holder. It's my pleasure that I've been invited to coach kids on charcoal techniques, and I'm really, really delighted. Thank you for the opportunity. And I will be teaching lots of nuances, tips, tricks, and techniques of charcoal. And I assure you that by the end of this course, every kid will be able to make a beautiful masterpiece for their home. Thank you. Take care.
So were you able to watch that? Very quick note. Could you hear her very well? If not, please let me know in the chat. So Manisha Bhardwaj is a very celebrated artist, both nationally and internationally. You can also Google her. She's very, very well known, and her nuances of teaching charcoal art are just, she's just brilliant. And every child goes back home with a masterpiece and detailed to the level of what you saw. The beauty of her work is her eyes. She helps children make eyes very beautifully, and even works with very small children. So anybody, this is part of the expert camp only, so anybody who's exploring and wants to take up art at another level, this is the course for them. Yeah, sure. I'm happy to. I think we'll open the panel now. Happy to take any questions. Please raise your hand so that.
Yeah, Ritika ma'am, can I say something?
Yeah, sorry, Shalini ma'am.
So the brochures and everything have been sent to the students and parents, but I think just give them a brief idea as to what would be the timing. And from the Young Explorer program at a cost of 5,000 that you have mentioned, how many courses they can take up?
Yeah,
so
just one second.
If you just tell, yeah.
Yeah, Vida, just 1 second. I think, let me just repeat ma'am's question. It's very important. Then I'll take the one that you asked. So essentially, Shalini ma'am, you're asking whether this the timings for this course and for all the courses, right?
Yes.
And so ma'am, so the Young Explorer program, they can take up any 2 courses of the options given in the brochure. And for the Young Expert program, they can take up any 1 course or more than 1, but that'll be at an individual level. Now the timings for each class have not been given because we want to see how much and what kind of enrollments we get. Now if so each class will have to be spaced differently so that there's no overlap between children who've taken 2 or more courses, right? So when everybody registers, we'll open the registrations till 15th, and then after that, once the registrations close, we will announce the batch timings, and we'll try and accommodate as many people and as many children to take up as many courses. Now, so there will be multiple batches. It's not like there will be one time slot given. Depending upon the volume of children, we'll be creating multiple batches so that we can accommodate anybody and everybody. So that's the idea. But right now, I cannot give a specific timing for any particular course. If that answers your question.
Yes, and weekends are not involved. You are not doing anything on Saturday, Sunday, but it depends.
It depends. So there are certain courses like Zeta is also open to doing courses on Saturday. So so they might, since they have 12 sessions, so it might be a 6-day-a-week thing. But of course, we are open to feedback, and we are open to parental, any requests that if parents have, then we will try and accommodate them.
So this was for students of class 4 and 5 and parents of classes 4 and 5. The panelists are there. If you have any question, please quickly ask so that we can then move out and students of class 6 to 8
yes,
can join.
Ma'am, I have a question.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ma'am, I want to ask the robotics camp in which one? The young expert one or the which one?
So there are 2 camps. Yeah, go on, ma'am.
You go ahead, Ritika, ma'am.
Yeah, so there are 2 camps here. There is a basics of electricity and robotics camp. That's part of the Young Explorer camp. And then there is an advanced camp where you build that car. So that's part of the expert camp. So that's how it is. Any other questions? I'll remove myself from the spotlight so that.
Students of class 4 and 5 and parents of classes 4 and 5, I would request you to, now that you have been taken through the program, now please read the brochure carefully and I think you'll get more clarity. Go through the brochures carefully. So,
yeah, and you can always, I've left my number in the chat. This is the STEM Metaverse number, and you can also go to stemmetaverse.in/DPSSL. All that information is in the email that was sent to you by the school. You will get your questions answered there. So you can go there. It's quite self-explanatory. There's a number and an email address there. If you have any questions, please WhatsApp us or drop us an email, and we will address all your questions within 24 hours.
okay, that's it for classes 4 and 5. Thank you, Ritika ma'am, and thank you to all the panelists. I think students of class 4 and 5, you can now leave the meeting and the middle school will join. Thank you, Ritika. Thank you.
ma'am.
Bye, ma'am.
Let's leave quietly, children. Don't say bye.